I think this one was coming in right after we did that roommates episode.
Okay.
Hello, Teresa and Denver. I'm a relatively new fan, but I think I've listened to almost all of your podcasts. I posted about
Thank
this story
you.
on Am I the Asshole before from a different account, where I mostly got not the asshole, but I've just been needing some solid advice about what to do now, as I thought the situation couldn't get this strange. So, around 2 months ago, my roommate, who had many requests for me, such as lights off by 11 p.m., don't put the AC on for too long. We do live in a hot and humid country. And no perfume in the room. Then the roommate stopped talking to me. This was because she was making another request of me. And I, in response, said, quote, okay, I will do that. And you just also make sure to clean your period blood off the toilet seat, okay? She looked taken aback and then said she does clean it, but I kindly told her that I wouldn't complain about this if it wasn't a problem. This was the handful of times I've had anything to say to her about her habits because honestly, when I would see the blood, I would just take alcohol and clean it. I thought it would be embarrassing to bring it up to her. But this day, I'll be honest, I was a bit frustrated about her requests. So I told her. Now, even after myself have tried to extend olive branches by wishing her good luck on her exams via sticky notes, asking her if she needs any help on her course, giving her recommendations for things, she just does not respond. As well, she makes it a habit to be very noisy in the mornings while I sleep. My issue is, I know I didn't do anything wrong for making the request, but I cannot stand her thinking she has had ground to stand on for any reason to be upset. She even stopped lining the bin and now keeps a plastic bag by her table, which is not the problem, but is most definitely a passive-aggressive show of, now I won't do things for you, which is really funny because I just line it myself. I feel like she's just building resentment against me whenever I try to talk to her or not. It is also to note that we have a 4-year age gap. She is 19 and I am 23. Maybe her immaturity is why she is acting like this. Honestly, I would just like some advice on how to handle the situation and why exactly this has gotten to her so badly that she decided to completely shut down. We used to have a good relationship for the first 4 months. She looked up to me and wanted to learn English from me, but now something so small was her final straw. I would understand if I refused her request, but I was very accommodating with everything she asked of me. I just cannot wrap my head around keeping a grudge for this long. If I did something embarrassing that my roommate, the person I literally sleep next to, informed me about, I would simply apologize and move on. I'm not sure if she's turning her embarrassment into anger or what, but it's kind of driving me up the wall. Any advice?
Okay. I think, maybe you were being a little bit petty with the comment.
You know you're being petty with the comment.
But
it's your timing of it. You snap back.
yeah. But, I mean, at the same time, like, she's been nitpicking at little things you've been doing and stuff. So, like, I just feel like you reach your breaking point. And, like, the one thing that you could say to her, like, you did say it. So, like, it kind of also just shows that, like, yeah, you also had some stuff to say to her. And you didn't bring that up previously because you're just, like, you seem like a calmer person. Like, someone that's not passive-aggressive like that. So... obviously now she's just butthurt and she's being petty. It's funny that, like, she can dish it, but she can't take it. Like,
it's almost every bully.
Yeah. Every bully?
Yeah.
I don't know if she's being a bully.
It's bully tendencies.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, she wants to be controlling about your guys' apartment, like, when you put up the AC and stuff, and, like,
yeah, you're kind of, she's kind of bullying her roommate because everything has to be her way.
Yeah, I guess that is bullying.
It's low key bullying in a sense.
Yeah, it's controlling.
Yeah.
And now, yeah, she's just butthurt. She seems like a bit of a narcissist to me. Like, it's kind of like her way or the highway. And it's unfortunate that it had to result to this. I don't know if there's any coming back from this. It seems like she's kind of checked out. What have you tried talking to her? Like,
I was gonna say, if you want to fix it, you gotta have communication.
Just like have a sit down conversation.
You gotta try. You need to start with an apology.
Yeah, like, even though, like, I don't think you're really in the wrong here, I think maybe you could just be like, hey, I know it's been a few rocky months or weeks, however long it's been, but like I really don't want things to continue like this. Like I'm really sorry if like the comment that I made hurt you. I was just frustrated, and maybe I shouldn't have brought it up in that context. I could have been more polite about it, but to be honest, I was just getting a little bit overwhelmed with all of the little things that you were nitpicking at me, so I kind of just snapped back. Like I would just maybe start there, just kind of like take accountability, but
I'm not saying you need to apologize, but if you're asking how do I fix this, if you want to fix this, it's a magic trick. Put it on yourself and apologize to the person. And I say that with like, you know, you can also be expecting to this technique to get an apology out of the person
back.
Like you can be judging this the way I think of it is like, I'm going to judge this and I'm going to be like, I'm going to apologize about the situation about it. And if you also aren't coming to meet me halfway and apologizing back to me, then I'm going to walk away from the conversation being like, okay, fuck you. Nothing changed. But if I go into the conversation and I'm like, listen, I'm sorry I snapped at you about, you know, the toilet blood seat, because she did snap. She was taken aback and she snapped back. It wasn't something that she brought up on a separate timeline. Mm-hmm. She brought it up snapping back. So you go in and you apologize for snapping back because you did snap back. You say, hey, listen, I apologize for this. You know, these things they're piling up. So on a separate conversation, like I just want to say like these things are kind of piling up for me. I feel like they're being a little bit unreasonable. We're roommates. We got to meet 50-50. There's going to be some things that I do that aren't necessarily you're going to love with. And there's going to be some things that you do that I'm not necessarily going to love with. That's what having a roommate is about. If you don't want that, don't have a roommate. But we're both in the situation where we need to have roommates. So we need to be able to, you know, have a little bit of give and take here. I'm sorry, what about from the toilet seat? And then once you take a breath, if they don't say, I'm sorry for the way that I've been acting, then you know how to judge yourself going forward. When the lease comes up, boom, you're done. You guys are done as roommates, whatever. And your roommate's going to continue to be passive aggressive for the entire time. If she's not lining the garbage bin up, then once you fill it up and you empty it to the garbage bin, you leave the liner empty until you need to use it again. Or you, like, I don't know, understand. Like, if she's keeping a garbage bag by her desk, then she's not using the OG garbage can. But if she's emptying it and not replacing the liner, then she is using the OG garbage can. So therefore, you don't put the liner in it when you empty it, or you get your own garbage can. I don't know. But, like, communication and conversation, I recommend.
Yeah, I just like, if you want to fix it, which it sounds like you do, you wrote in for advice. So if you want to, then I would maybe start with an apology. But I don't know, like for me, it's like, were you even friends? Like, do you even care to repair this relationship? Like, is it just done? I don't know. Maybe you could just continue and ride it out until the lease is over.
Yeah, like I had one of my best friends, Marcus, was my roommate, and we got into these situations where these little things happen, and you know, he would say these things to me and then I would snap back about the things that had been driving me nuts, because it's like, I don't appreciate being attacked right now. That's how you feel. That's how human nature is to feel. So we would both do the same thing. I would be telling him, hey man, like, you know, could we work on this? Could we maybe keep this area clean? And he would snap back at me about something that I was doing. And then we would, you know, not talk for a day, and then we come back, and then like, you know, somebody would apologize. And then it was always like, we both apologized together. We're like, yeah, we're sorry too for how I was acting. And this is why. It came back to communication. Mm-hmm. So you have to have that communication though.
Yeah.
You know, I could have swore we read another story about period blood being on the toilet seat before, I think during that episode or something. And I was like, that has never happened. You have never left in the 5 years that we have been together. You have never left that on the toilet seat. I've never experienced that or anything.
Wait, didn't that just happen?
But then that just happened like 2 days ago. I just remember like when we did the story, I was like, wow, it's been like 5 years living together. I've never experienced that. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know. And then 2 days ago, it finally happened for the first time.
I'm sorry.
One little small tiny drop. I didn't get alcohol or anything. I just grabbed toilet paper and wiped it.
I know. It's like,
I guess roommate blood is a little bit different than life partner blood.
I guess. We share fluids.
We share a lot of fluids.
Please. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah. So someone comments on the thread. Honestly, I don't know if it's a maturity. I am 17 and would rather have the ground swallow me alive inch by inch than leave blood, pee, or any other substance on the toilet. I feel like your roommate is inconsiderate and also plain gross. What did she say during the conversation? Was it in person? Also, my petty ass honestly wants to advise you to scream, "Ah! Who left blood on the toilet seat again? This is disgusting! Ah!"
Who did it? The one other person in the apartment.
Now that's the immaturity in me. In all seriousness, this is super gross, and I really hope you have a chance to sit down again and have a heart to heart with her, because I'm pretty sure just leaving blood in the open like that is a tinsy bit of a biohazard. Have you tried leaving things like alcohol or wipes near the toilet so she gets the hint? And then OP responds, says, "Ha ha ha. The thing is, luckily she doesn't do it anymore. I think she got the hint, but it's just frustrating that she is acting like I've insulted her entire bloodline by asking her to clean something. Like, girl, it's okay. Accidents happen." So it's just crazy that she has taken their request so harshly that she doesn't talk to me anymore, as if she's sticking it to me. We're about to leave for summer vacation, and you're right. Maybe I should just sit down with her and ask her what her problem is. Yeah, bro, just communicate, man. Just communicate. Like, I can understand asking, like, what should I do after you've tried to communicate and you're still not getting through with anything. But the first thing you got to do is just try to communicate. Have a sit down conversation.
And I feel like OP has, but not like a full on conversation. Like, she's trying to just be like nicer to her, like trying to act like
No, you
normal.
gotta go in with an apology. An apology is like magic. It's like please and thank you. It's like magic little words.
Yeah, to some people. Some people, doesn't matter.
Yes.
Okay.
I just was thinking, if I was in university and I had to write a thesis on something, I would do a thesis on modern magic, which is things evolving around electricity, because electricity is like magic. We can't see it, but it controls everything in our life.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Please move on before I get sidetracked.
Okay.